So okay, the box, inside the box you have to okay, for a clear confirmation I'll tell you the circle encircled now. So the M23 plus, which means M is a male character you have perceived first. So in PPDT sessions you have to be very careful in the comments they are given. Sometimes they'll tell you to mark the first person you see in the picture. Sometimes they'll tell you to mark the person who is the hero of the story you are going to write. Okay, so in this picture they have mentioned M25 plus, which means M is the gender of the hero, and 25 is the age of the hero that you are going to give what you have perceived from the picture, and plus is the sign of the situation they are in. Either it is they are in the positive mood or in the negative mood. Sometimes they'll tell you 0 to mention it is a neutral mood. So only three modes, which is positive, negative and neutral. Plus is for positive and minus is for negative and 0 is for neutral. So age and gender, okay, these three things you have to mention. And if you see two more than one people, like two or three, you have to encircle the person who you seem the hero of the story. Okay, so others you have to just to mention the age and gender and the mood. Are we clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yes, sir. Sir, four
Yes, sir.
participants from Mike are going to join this.
sorry.
The four participants from Mike are going to join the session.
No issue, no issue, just let them
Yes,
come
sir.
in.
Now you can screen off.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, sure, you can ask Arun.
I am from Mike's squadron.
I am from Mike's Quadrant 2.
Like, basically, I am a part of two groups. I'm also part of Echo, but Echo is not, these days conducting sessions for some reason.
And we are experiencing less participation in my group. So four of us have joined over here.
That's not even a picture, that's the template there we have shown. It will, the paper they are going to give you to write down the story is just like that. uh, I will definitely share you the exact template in the group soon after this meeting. Okay, so the picture will be shown. Definitely I'll give you some guidance before starting the session. Okay, so
Yeah,
Thank you, sir.
Gobinath, could you tell me like when are you going to share the picture or the group discussion will be starting?
no, we haven't shared started the session yet
Yeah,
because
that's what I'm asking. Like, wh what is the tentative time? Like,
yeah, it's already very late. It's already 15 minutes late, so I think we are going to conduct the session right now, right away.
hmm.
Have you started the recording?
Yeah, I already started the recording, no issue.
Okay. So
So
let's start, sir.
okay, Abhinav, can you share the picture in the group?
Yes, sir. Okay.
Guys, 30 seconds to observe the picture, and I'll tell you after that, like 30 seconds to write down the theme and mention the gender, age, and the mood of the character. And after that, 4 minutes to write down your stories.
Can someone send this pic to group mic, which I'm sending, because this photo is going only to Lima. So can someone forward this to Mike so that they can also get access to this pic?
Okay, we can do one thing. We
Because
can just you can just share your screen.
Just share your
So it
screen
is,
if it is
like, it is
possible.
visible for
okay,
everyone in this group.
okay, sir. Wait, I'm sharing the screen. Is it visible?
Yeah, it's visible.
Okay, let's start.
30 seconds to observe the picture. Time starts now.
Wait a sec.
Guys, time up. Please stop sharing the screen. 30 minutes to write your theme and age, mood, and gender of your hero. Guys, please start writing your stories. Guys, pen down. Time's up. Time's up. Time's up. Time's up.
Okay, sir.
So how many how many of you guys can able to complete your stories in this time?
I have done.
Very good, guys. I appreciate a lot. And for those who can't able to complete the stories in time, let's give them 1 minute to complete the story. Okay, then we'll start the narration part. Okay,
Okay, sir.
great.
Gobinath, till then you make the list of people like in a sequential order and let them know that this is your sequence. This will be your sequence of speaking.
Okay, sure.
And I hope you have like briefed them about how to narrate.
Not yet. I am going to do so. Yeah, I'll continue the same.
Okay, okay.
So I'll read out the name and I'll give you a number. Like for an example, Ayush Pun. He's going to his chest number will be 1. So he is going to narrate his story first and it will continue till the end. Okay. So Ayush is going to be first, Abhinav Nagyal going to be second, and Abhinav Tiwari going to be third, Adam Aman fourth, Arun fifth, Arun Jodi sixth, Ayush Sharma seventh, Babul eight, Disha nine, Devendra Singh 10, Hariom 11, Kritik 12, Gamer. Okay,
Sir, my name is Kamesh.
Kamesh, you are 12, right?
Okay, sir.
Krishna 13, Joshi 14, Pranay 15th, Pushpesh 16, Rijas Rijas 17, Samson 18, Sandeep 19, Shivasis 19 20, and Siddhant will be 21, Vipin going to be 22. Okay, so I think everyone could be able to complete all the complete the stories right now. So narration will be like you have to tell the story you have written down, and you are going to narrate the story within 1 minute. Okay, so please don't go beyond 1 minute and don't end it within few seconds. It's no problem if you are struggling with English, you can use in Hindi also, but get right back to English as soon as possible. Okay, but complete the narration within 1 minute. Okay, guys, shall we start the narration?
Yep. Listen, just a second, Gobinath. Before you start, I'll just tell them one more detail as to how to narrate.
Yeah,
Okay.
sure.
So everyone, as soon as your name is called or basically he says start, you are going to turn on your video, whosoever is going to narrate. So basically what you're gonna do is basically you will turn on your video and then you will start. And when your video starts, you will start by not giving your introduction, nothing like that. Just greet, or even you don't even have to greet. जैसे in this story I've perceived these many characters, मतलब कितने characters you have seen to mention. You have to mention their age. You can say you can give a rough estimate of the age also, like 20 to 25 years of age, or if you want you can give specific age like 21-year-old. You have to give the gender like male, female, or if you don't know the gender or if you cannot perceive it properly, you can say it is a person. Okay, then you have to tell the mood, that the mood is positive, negative, or neutral, and then you will start the story. So basically how you're going to start is, good evening, gentlemen. In this picture, I perceive there is one character aged between 20 25 years of age. mood is positive, the story goes like this. Or you don't even have to say the story goes like this. You can just start the introduction of the character and start the story. But remember, you have to complete all this during 1 minute. So basically, the introduction that I told you, the description about the character's mood and all those things should hardly take around 10 to 15 seconds. And the rest of the time, you are going to tell the main plot of the story. I hope everyone understood.
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yes.
now Gobinath, you can continue moderating.
गोपीनाथ सर,
Yeah,
सर आई वुड रिकमेंड कि आप उनके नाम के साथ साथ उनकी जो टाइमिंग है वो भी नोट कर लो.
yeah, I will write down the timings. Yeah, thank you.
थैंक यू सर.
And thank you very much, Krishna. You saved me from a big lecture.
No worries, no worries, no
Yeah,
worries,
I totally forgot about that. So, guys,
no
I
worries.
now you guys are clear about what you are going to do. Let's start the session right away. Chess number one. Just start with your name and just start your story. Start your narration right away.
Hello everyone. What I perceive from the story is that there are one character who is male and in positive mode. Age is 23. And the theme of my story is preparing for the UPSC CSE means exam. Rahul, who is a 23 years old, graduated from the Delhi University, had cleared his prelims exam and now he is preparing for the mains and the interview. As he was living in Delhi, he joined the library for the studies after the coaching. As he was going through the answer writing practice, he found a doubt in one question. So, as to find what he can add more to make a good answer, so he was going through the series of books which were kept in the library. After getting the correct answer from the library, he was satisfied and completed the answer. And after getting done, he went back home. Thank you.
Once who said thank you, just continue right away. I think next is Abhinav, right? Yeah, second one.
Good evening, gentlemen. So, in this picture, I perceive one character, Ram, age group of 21 years old, and mood positive. So, he was a college student. So, due to his family condition, he could not be able to pursue hard studies. So, he start devoting his free time in the library and start preparing for the competitive exams. So, after a lot of hard work and consistency, he cleared a combined graduate level exam with a rank among top 20. So now his family is very proud of him and he is also very happy with his life. Thank you.
Just number three.
Hello everyone. What I perceive from this story is picture is there is a character male of age 16 years and the mood is neutral. So and the theme of this story is searching for a mystery. So Ram, a student of class 10th, is also an assistant at a picnic clinic. Few days back, his uncle started getting symptoms of an identified disease. His uncle is facing hardships to get up from his bed. Ram, due to lack of money, is reading a book in newly opened municipality medical library to get to know more about the symptoms and see if there is any generic medicine available so he can cure his uncle. And finally, the struggle went worth it and he found the symptoms. Thank you.
Next.
Good evening, all. What I perceive from this story is uh, there are two characters, Madhav and Arun, who are 26 years of age. The mood is positive, and
You are
naming
not
this
audible, Adam.
story is Janu.
You are not audible
Madhav is a
clearly.
26-year-old user with Aspen. He had come. Sir, can you hear me?
Yeah, better.
Hello.
Yeah, you can start. You are not you are audible now.
Okay, start from the beginning, sir.
Yeah, sure. Continue your narration.
What I perceive from this story is there are two characters, Madhav and Arun, who are 26 years of age. The movie. Okay. Madhav is a 20-year-old civil service aspirant. This is his third attempt, and he was busy in his preparation. He was so confident and put his 100% this time. Madhav was in a library looking for Indian policy books, which his friend Arun suggested for. Uh,
Adam, are you there?
Okay, if Adam is not audible, the next person can start.
Good evening, everyone. I am Arun. What I have perceived in this picture is a man. His name is Vinod. He is a male. He is 21 years old. He is in the library. The theme of the picture is the book and the boy. Vinod is reading a book, which is a fiction book. He, the library is empty, so no one is so interested in reading. So Vinod came up and he stood and start reading a fiction book, and he just time passes. Thank you.
Next one.
Next, please.
Arun, what's your chest number?
5, sir.
6. Who is chest number 6?
Good evening, my name is Arun Jyoti. Friends, from the given picture, I have perceived one male character of age 22 years old, and he is in positive mode, and my story goes like this. Ajay was final year student and learned about campus interview in his college. So he spoke with his friends and registered their names for interview. He prepared impressive strong resume and started preparing for interview in his free time. He went to library to collect information from books and newspaper, and he solved aptitude question for the interview and also did GD topics for the GD round as well. He did mock interview with his college professor, and on the interview day, with his hard work, he performed well and got certified for the company. All his friends and parents praised him for his achievement. Thank you.
Chest number 7. Guys, don't wait for me to tell who is going to be next. Once your prior chest number is completed, just continue with it. Chest number 7. Chest number 8.
Okay, chess number 8 is me. I'll be starting. Gentlemen, from the picture projected to us, I perceived one character who was a male of age of 21 years and was in positive mood. The action of my story is preparing for annual debate competition. Shivam was a 21 years old boy who was studying in convent school and was very shy and was afraid of public interaction. He once met his teacher, Mr. Subhash, who encouraged him and told him that he should take part in the upcoming debate competition in order to overcome his fear of public interaction. The debate was on Chandrayaan 3 that was recently launched. Shivam went on to collect information from the library and then thus collected a lot of information and prepared a speech that was well formed. And on the day of his debate, he performed very well and he outran everyone out who came prepared. And he performed excellently well and he won the competition. Thank you.
So, good evening, everyone. This is Isha here. In the picture, I perceive a man whose name is Avinash, and he is a 20-year-old boy who was a college student. Every year, his college used to conduct some speaking programs. So this time, he decided to participate in it. So, but he has some problem of stammering while speaking. So he decided to improve it by reading books. So he decided to join a library so that easily he can read newspapers there, read books, and improve himself. So he worked hard a lot. Gradually, he started improving and giving his best to himself, and thus he participated in it. He did well and won the competition. Thank you.
The picture depicted to us, I have formulated one character out of it. Male, age around 23, whose mood is positive, is main character of my story. And the theme of my story preparing for the debate competition. Rajat, who was finally a student of JNU College, has come across about a debate competition on the notice board. He immediately went to the concerned teacher and gave his name. After completing his classes, he went to the library where he had made use of the internet, books and general available there. He finalized it. After finalizing it, he dictated it in front of his parents and friends and asked them if they wanted to add any point to it, they can add to it. After finalizing it on the day of competition, he reached well before the time and submitted and presented his point within the time allotted. As a result, he was adjudged as the top amongst all. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. From the picture, I have perceived one main character, male, aged 23, and he is in positive mood. Rajesh, a final year BTech student, aged 23, pursuing his BTech from NSUT. He is from a low financially background family, because of which, while being in his final year BTech, he has already started the preparation of SSC CGL after getting guidance from his seniors and professors. Because of being a hardworking student, college authorities 11. Uh, should I continue?
Yeah, go on, Hari.
Um, because of being a hardworking student, college authorities allowed him to use the library for 24 into 7 to boost his preparation and make it through the CGL. Thank you.
Hello everyone. I perceive from this image a named Sam who is 20 years old, and he is preparing for the UPSC exam, UPSC civil service examination, and and scene is a positive mood. He is standing near the books where he is searching for the some political science book, because he collect the information about the Union Civil Code, about UCC, and those notes are these notes are preparing from the different sources of media, like newspaper, books, and different sources of books. And so he tried to search those books where it is written about the Union Civil Code, and that's all. Thank you.
Ritik, what was your chest number?
12, sir.
Sir, yes?
My chest number is 12.
12. 12 was mine.
There is a turn for 9, or
So, who's after you?
I don't know. I remember that I have my chest number is 12, and the alphabetic order, I think.
So, sir, can I do?
Go on,
Sir, I
Kanish.
miss.
No issue.
Jai Hind, everybody. I perceive one character in my story. He's a male with a positive mood, and he's 28 years old. So Ram is a professor currently working with a military college in Dehradun. Along with that, he's a undercover agent working with the research and analysis wing, and currently he's working on a mission regarding regarding an underworld don who has links with terrorist organization planning to capture Kashmir along with northeastern states of India. So at this very instant of time, he's waiting at Ramson Library for his informer. Soon after 15 minutes, his informer arrives and he got all the information regarding the gang, and he continues his investigation. After 3 weeks of his investigation, the mafia boss is in his custody, and with this he accomplishes his mission there, and hence providing enough time to the defense ministry to prepare for the upcoming threats. Thank you, Jai Hind.
Who is 13? 14? Chess number 14.
Friends, I perceive one character. He's a male, age around 25, mood positive. The action of my story is upgrading the library. Arun was a 25-year-old district librarian in Nainital. New academic session was beginning soon, so he prepared a plan to upgrade the library. He started the work by updating all the books to their latest editions. He ensured extra copies of most demanding books and installed Wi-Fi and PC for public use. He subscribed to various periodicals and local as well as national newspaper for public use as well. He set up books according to the genre and maintained a digital index for easy access. He advertised the library in various social media platforms as well as local newspapers so that general public can make use out of it. He thanked the administration for help and continuous support. Thank you.
Pawan, what's your chess number?
14.
Who is 15? Chess number 15. Chess number 16.
Friends, through the picture I perceived one character that is male of age group 21 to 23 and is in positive mood. The theme of my story is to open a library for every student who is preparing for competitive exam. Mahesh is pursuing his MSc from mathematics from Soban Singh Jina University, Almora. He saw that due to the lack of library and up-to-date books, a student could not prepare for competitive exams. With the help of his fellow mates and his teachers, he tried to open a library. So he kind of created a poll in the college group where he asked the student whether there should be a library opened for every student who is preparing for competitive exams. After getting a positive view from everyone, he talked to the book vendors and to the carpenters through whom he could help to create a library. He then himself and his fellow mates checked whether that the books which they are pursuing from the book vendors are up to date or not. He then also established a Wi-Fi connection so that the students could also study from their mobile phones. He thanked the college administration and his fellow mates for successfully installing a library, which could help many students to prepare for the competitive exams at an affordable price. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. I had perceived one male character in this picture. Rahul was a 21-year-old guy, and the mood is neutral. Action is he is clarifying one of his doubts for his competitive exam. Rahul was a degree final student who had dreamed to become an IPS officer. From his degree itself, he is preparing for his dream. He used to refer books for
He is used to refer books during his free times. He is clarifying a double by his hard work and perseverance. He and he used to lead a good professional life. And later he is awarded President's Gold Medal for his service. Thank you, Jay.
Rijas, what's your chest number?
Sir 70.
Who is chest number 18? Chest number 19?
Good evening, friends. As per the picture shown to us, I have perceived one male character whose age is 28 years old, and he is in the positive mood. Rahul was preparing for the civil service examination, so he made a detailed plan for it. He took guidance from his teachers, seniors, and his mates. In between, he found that some of the book he could not arrange due to his financial position. So he went out to the library and found that book, and he also made notes from that book. After that, he appeared in the examination and cracked it with the top position. After that, he thanks everyone for his involvement. He was happy, and his family was also happy.
Friends, from the picture, I perceived one character which is male, mood poetic, age 28 years, and action of my story is upgradation of library. Devanshu, who is the assistant library of Sidhu Kanhu University, for the past semester he has seen the delay in the upgradation of the library which was due. So he talked with the librarian, and along with him he went to the principal and said about the delay and the books that were required for the upgradation, and also about the things that they needed, like say internet connection, PCs, and Xerox machines. Thereafter, he, along with the librarian, had meetings with the different HODs, made the list of the required book with the latest edition, and gave it to the dealer, and made sure that the upgradation process so it was completed in a time. In this way, they were able to complete the upgradation process. Thank you.
Next person.
इफ अगर कोई रिस्पॉन्ड नहीं करता तो अगला वाला शुरू कर सकता है स्टार्ट.
सर अब खत्म हो चुका है शायद.
Shivashish, what's your chest number?
Mine was 20.
So we still have 3 people left, I think.
Yes, sir.
So who didn't get the chance to narrate the story? You can narrate. Maybe there is a issue in the numbering system. We missed someone. Maybe if you want to narrate, just go on.
Hello.
Yeah, Pranay.
Hello. Yes, sir. Sir, from observing the picture, there is a boy whose name is Abhinav. His gender is male, and his age is between 21 to 22 years old. His mood is neutral. He is a first year college student and living in his PG away from his home, as he get admission in a good college in Delhi and preparing for his college exam, but not getting a suitable atmosphere in his PG, as everyone there is not serious about their exams. So he decided to move to library and prepare for his exam, and he worked hard and scored very good marks in his examination. Thank you, sir.
Okay, I'll also narrate the story now. Good evening, gentlemen. In this picture, I perceive there is one male character aged between 20 to 25 years of age, and the mood is positive. The theme of my story is preparing for GATE exam without any financial aid. Raman is a final year engineering student. who comes from a rural background and has gotten scholarship in his gotten scholarship in the college due to his high percentage in JEE mains. He's currently in his final year and about to appear for GATE, but he does not have enough money and resources to uh, afford a coaching institution. So what he does is after his college classes, he goes to the college library, which is accessible to all the students. He stays back and prepares using the library books. He asks his mentors to guide him, and the professors guide him very well. He also takes help from his friends who are going to coaching institutions to check up on the new material, and he gives mock tests on his own. After 6 months of dedicated effort and a consistent practice, he is able to clear the GATE exam with flying colors. Thank you, everyone. Gopinath, was I audible when I gave the
Yeah, you're audible.
narration? Okay.
So, is there anyone left with stories? Okay. So, let's. Most of the people, no one turned on the camera. So, let's go to common group discussion, and then the goal of the common group discussion is everyone has to the in the group has to discuss among yourself and come to a common group story, a common group theme, a common group story, and at last you guys have to select, nominate anyone to narrate the common group story. Okay, so shall we start?
Yeah, but before that, if you all can turn on the videos, that would be, really appreciated. Like before the group discussion, everyone can, start their, yeah, they can, turn on the cameras because it always helps in the group discussion and the participation. Okay, all right. Okay, now, so like I hope most of you know how the group discussion goes. Like as soon as the in when you are there in the actual screening in process, I'm sorry, somebody's mic is creating a lot of noise. Could you just for a second turn off your mics? Yeah. So what I was saying is during the screening process, what happens is as soon as the last person, so you will be 15 something, you will be seated like that. As soon as the narration of the last person is over, the group discussion starts. And what you are supposed to do is you have to take part early in the group discussion. I'm not saying you should be the first person, but as soon as it starts, a fish market is created. Everyone starts speaking in the first session of this group, probably of PPDT. We are taking a time to brief you from the next time. What will happen is, as soon as the last person finishes the narration, the group discussion will start. I hope everyone is ready. Now you can turn on and start the group discussion.
So I would like to put forward my story of raw agent.
Guys, since we can see that there is only one man in the story,
Bablu,
and we can
you are
decide his
muted,
name as
Bablu.
Avinash, and we can name him as Avinash, and we can see the 20
So
to
guys,
22-year-old man. And as he is in the library, so we have to make a story around the library. So firstly, we should discuss what led to the situation and what is happening right now and what will come in the future with the story.
I agree
So as you
from
see that
what Lisa said that it is looking in library. So we should make story in the library that he was preparing for some exam competition like UPSC or somewhere else. Like this guy earlier guy has said that in about raw. I don't think it is not suitable.
Exactly, Ayush and Disha,
Yes,
I'm
I
agree with
agree
you.
with the Ayush that it should be something like preparing for some exams. So we can take that he's preparing some exams, so he get a difficulty preparing at his home. So he decided to go to the library
Yeah.
and practicing there so
So
that he cannot get disturbed.
yes.
Yes,
So, as
any
since most
addition
of
to
us
that
have
is may
perceived
also
only
possible.
one character, which is male, which is we can guess the age, which is between 21 to 25, and after that we would come to the theme, which could be that he is a librarian who wants to update his library, as most of the students are finding it difficult to find the up-to-date books for preparing for various competitive exams.
See,
So
Ayush,
Prince,
Prince,
I think
in
you
our
will
Yeah,
library,
I
as
just
necessarily
want
let
to
him know
I
that
just
he's
want to
preparing for some
correct
exams.
Pushpace. I just want can I speak? I just want to correct Pushpace
Yeah,
is
yeah,
that
yeah,
if
sir,
he's
Ayush, please.
upgrading library, he would be subordinates must be there. He's alone and he's reading a book. So it is
And I would like to add one more thing to
according
what
to the
Ayush said,
picture.
that guy was holding a book and he was, I think, reading. And like building a library requires a lot of manual work, and it was a furnished library. We cannot frame it like that there was a that was a building of a library going on. Rather than, it would be better that we
Like
put on something like
also,
he was preparing for some examination or some competition, and later after that he succeeded.
So let's say he's preparing for the SSC CGL exam. So he finds some difficulty at his
Yeah,
home,
still
so
that
he
too.
joined
We can
library.
do that too.
But
for
but
the
he
library, we can make
I,
things like he
so I
search for
think
the
I
nearby
think
libraries
our
available
common
to
worry
him,
should be.
where he can find some exam resources. He also like to ask friends where they are going, so it can be more of useful or helpful for them.
But we have
Yeah,
to also consider
gentlemen, I
that
think
he's inside
our
the
common story
library.
should be
He
more of
hasn't
like.
come without any book or any of his objects. He is just standing and reading one book. So we can't say that he's preparing for an exam. Because if you
Yes.
prepare for an exam, you come with your you come with your books, notebooks, and other pen, pencil. He's
That's
just
about
Good
reading a book.
observation, Abhinav. We can also
Hello
say that
everyone.
he was a thorough he was
The boy
researching on something.
is
That was
preparing
not
for
so
the
a
some.
serious thing to do.
I think I would like to put forward a point. It's regarding the Roy. I think he's an undercover agent who's working on a mission and waiting for his informant to reach the library.
Prince,
I
I think
feel
as
that most of
majority
us
of the
has an
student,
idea
as
on that he's
majority of
preparing
the
for
guys has,
exam, so we should go with it. So we
as
should go
majority
with the
of
preparation for exam as majority is there for the competition
The
exam.
boy
So
is
we should
as
go with
majority
preparing
it.
has
for
made a
something
related to story related to
which is
preparation of exam, and also few of them are had made a story of upgrading the library. So I think that we can merge the themes and make a story like upgrading the library for preparation of exam, as one
No,
guy has
we can't
narrated.
do things at a time. We can
Gentlemen,
decide
The,
that
our
book
main
is
character will be the librarian. He is upgrading the library for the help of children who are preparing for the exams for the students for their
He
benefit.
can. There are no
gentlemen,
the
other
And
boy
we have more,
subordinates
and
there.
and
will
It's
the
not
just
there
boy
that
is
just
he's
dummy
preparing for
updating
thought
the
is share these for
library.
the self
to a book
by
so they have
telling
to
like
them to help them.
a
different
library.
books
I think
reading
we should go with
from
that.
the
They are
political
preparing for
books and
We
some
should
competition,
find
something like
like
that.
we
newspapers.
should
So
find a way out
majority of us ag- are agreeing that he's preparing for exam. So let us suppose that he is preparing for exam. So now let's work upon the actions which he would be doing. For example, he is in library, so let us consider that he's preparing for any of the exams, and he as he's starting, so he's trying to cover the index, means what are the main topics for the exams as also.
And gentlemen, we
Okay,
should
So he used to read
before
books in the
okay,
discussing
library,
Pushpesh,
in
I want
newspapers.
to ask
what
for what exam he is preparing for what exam.
because
So
he could be a
let us
like ICT or a scholarship, or he could be someone who's
hope
preparing
it's
hard
an
for
option.
getting
But
into
he's
He's
or grabbing
preparing
one
for
scholarship. So this is
CSC
what
exams
what
maybe,
the
and
Guys, I think public
they
criteria
decision.
that
Please
he's
let him complete. Let him complete.
researching for the
Then
UCC so that how the government, how the country will run after when UCC will
we should consider
apply
two
to the
points.
country.
We should
Okay,
consider 2 points. First, he is not preparing for an exam. Second, he is searching for something because he is
yeah.
seemingly thinking like he is tensed and he is searching for
I just
something.
want to say
If he,
but
that
if he
Abhinav, if he's searching for anything, he can do this thing at home also. He will not come to
friends,
library.
Avinav, we have already
but
come to a we have already gone with the story. So if you
Yeah,
want to put,
majority
then
of
you
us
can
has
add on to
decided that he's
it.
preparing
We have
for the
decided.
examination.
see,
so the
it
So
may be
majority
possible,
is
but the thing
there for question exam. So I feel
is in
we
the
should not
library
waste time on
because
it discussion and go with the competition
I
exam
I
theme.
think Avinav, you
We are
can
As
add on to
wasting a lot of
point. Your
time on
points
as
it.
are
most of
also good.
yes as most of us agreeing on a single theme, so we should not diverse the theme, right?
Yeah,
So we should go with
he's
the theme
preparing
that
for the
he is
examination.
preparing for an
Okay. For
examination.
for
Like
what
he
for
prepared
what
Let us
for
exam?
Like
And
like
in for the
friends,
point
he's
of
preparing
focus
SSC
of
for
this,
the
exam.
someone else also
examination
mentioned
exam.
about preparing for
Right?
the
That
SSC
he's
let
CGL.
preparing for
So
that.
we can take the theme of preparing for the SSC CGL as well. For that, he
Yes,
searched
Yeah,
around for the
yeah,
nearby
there was
library
one thing.
available to him, also asked from his friends which is library
yes,
and the
gentlemen, but
facilities available out
we
there.
discussed what is doing that particular point of
So
time, but we
for
did not discuss
preparation,
what led to the situation. If we are very
so
good
for
student,
preparation, he read papers
we
there,
need to
read
reach
But
books
them.
that was available in
there
the
in
library. He
SSC
took his
CGL
some
exam,
his
there is a
notes.
no.
We need to reach a conclusion.
For
So
But
that,
maybe
we
we
can
will
add we
already
can
there is
move
we
on
no
can
our
add
study
something
authority
on
or
like
the
he
other
must be
thing.
he
story
must
group
have
for the
finished one book
conversation
he
between
must
the
have
council between us.
try
So
some
we will
another questions of
we will
another
raise
level which he might find in the library. He may pick the other book from out
yeah,
of the rack.
we can discuss that out. Now we should
And
come up and narrate the common story, guys.
I have
Who's
one
gonna come
point,
up and narrate the common story? Raise your hands.
friends. I have one point.
Okay,
See, if anyone is
okay.
preparing for
Let's have
library, I don't
the point.
preparing for SSC CGL. Then I don't think that he will find that much book in library. So preparing for
Yeah,
UPSC may help of
I'm
finding
agree with
different books of
Mr.
different
Vasis,
subject in
and
library.
Yes,
I'm
Shivansh,
agree with
He's
what you
just
said.
putting
You're
one
right.
book,
You're
Guys,
right.
not
You're
till
quite
now
right.
we
In
should come
addition
to
to
a
that, I
conclusion
would
of our
like to add one
story
more
because
point.
we
Shivansh, we
have
already
decided
Guys,
what
we
library
should
Yeah,
add
we
is
need
some
to
what
actions.
stop.
happening. So we have already decided the
We
action
should
that
not
he
waste the
read
time.
newspapers,
Please
books,
do
and
not
all the
waste the time.
study material. And now
see,
we
We
should
need to
come to a
go with the
conclusion
see,
one
now.
see.
out, and
If
Gentlemen,
we
we
observe the
discussed
book,
that's
every aspect of the
that's
common
first
not
story
why
right
book
now.
that
We
he
I'm
were
was
going
preparing
preparing
through
for
our
for,
SSC
previous
is
common
a
story.
small
Friends,
Now we
chapter
need
Avinav
to
is saying something.
narrate the common story.
so we have
We
to
should
make
start.
conclusion on that only, na?
Firstly, we should
So we
add
should
some
make
Gentlemen,
actions.
who's
conclusion on
For
going to
that.
narrate the
example,
common
He
story
just can't
among us?
reading one book, and
Raise your
first,
hand.
seems like he's searching for something.
firstly, I think we should add
Gentlemen,
some actions.
firstly,
For
let's have
example,
recollected everything which we have discussed so
yes,
far,
yes.
so
So
we can achieve it in a single channel, I
Now
believe.
I feel that we should
yes, so
conclude everything right now, which we have decided in the discussions.
Okay, I'll be
So here is
concluding
a man.
everything.
I think
So there's this guy who is 21 years old, male, and he's preparing for some examination, probably SSC, CGL, or
Yes.
UPSC, and he's in library searching for
Yes,
something.
and the actions which he did in the library that he
ex-
read newspapers, read books, and
Fri-
other study materials
And
which he
also one
carried with
thing
we can
himself.
before
also
go,
we can also add an action
before
that
going
he
to library,
assigned books from the
Gentlemen, we are not.
library
before
and
going to library, he
he
had
took.
to take the membership of that library. Na? They took the membership, so we can add that also.
Yeah, we can have
So
that.
I friends, we could add an action that
And
he
as I would
assigned
like
some
to
books
go
from
with
library and
Pushpesh
he
here,
also
that he,
prepared for that.
yes, I agree with
Gentlemen,
Pushpesh here that he
gentlemen,
achieved
I
some
think
books from the library and prepared from that at his home. And
I
after
think we
that,
are
he
concluding the
did
story
well
right
in his
now. I think
exam and he
anyone
Team,
among
focused
you
to
should
team,
come
crack
up
his
team,
and
exam.
narrate the common
team,
story.
guys.
Please raise your hand.
Team. Okay. It's a lively discussion. I got all your points. So nominate any one of you guys to come up with a common group story. Who is going to narrate the story that you have discussed, the action plans as well?
I feel I should go.
I
Is there
think
anyone with any problem?
Avinav was
I
one. He didn't got that much chance of speaking in group discussion, so I think Avinav should narrate this story.
I also go with along with the Abhinav.
okay.
So, okay, the whole group is going with Aniva.
I would like to go with the story of my group that there is a character of 16 to 17 years of age and he is preparing for UPSC examination and he has been facing a lack of resources of some books. So he came to municipality library, which is absolutely free for everyone in the locality, so he got easily membership of that and he came to the library to just note down some important because he's standing he hasn't sit because he does not need so much time to find he just came for some little information, he's just reading some indexes and gathering some small information from that important book and later on while going home he will solve the he will find information on that topics. So this is would be our collective story. A boy preparing for a UPSC examination and came to library for additional information.
Great, Abhinav. Okay, guys. By doing so, we have come to the conclusion of PPDT session today. So this is the wonderful time I can say, like The most interesting part is yet to come. remarks and feedbacks about each other, about your own team. I would suggest if you guys have any concerns over the team or the team members, you can come up with it. It's your own
Sir, you
feedback to
conducted
everyone.
this very in a very proper way, and it was good.
Definitely, you guys helped me a lot, so I have to say this. Okay, so it's not a feedback for me, but the feedback to you guys, to your own teammates. I have done nothing, guys.
Okay, Gobinath, just a second. Before we, you tell the conclusion and before you tell the remarks to everyone, I would just like to add a few points which I saw in the group discussion as well as narration, as well as the perception. So some major points I would just like to emphasize upon. So for further, you know, so that in the next sessions you can improve upon. A lot of you have perceived, it was a very easy and simple picture to perceive, but still, lot of you have made a very, some people have made a very impractical stories. So one suggestion would be to keep the stories simple and practical to real life, things which can be actually done by people, like not our character should not be somebody superhuman or that can perform extraordinary things. It's a normal person who does normal routine things. Okay. So basically, some people have made that he set up his own library and all. It's a good story when you have added actions, but then you have to show the support of others that he took support of these people. So then that could be a good better story. Some people made it about UPSC and SSC serial preparation. That is fine, but then you are supposed to add actions as to like it would not be a story, right? He's just preparing and he just found an answer. No. So basically, add some actions to your story as to why he's going to the library and what is the need to study alone in the library. So just make sure the story is justified. Okay, another thing in the group discussion I saw was a lot of people were doing one-to-one conversations. That is not a good thing. That is not a good habit to inculcate because when you're in actual GD in the SSB, if you are doing one-to-one, that is seen as a very negative thing by the assessors. You are supposed to not address one particular. See, I'm not going to name the individuals who did it, but a few of you were, going like you said this point. You should not have said that. Your perception, you are supposed to give your own point rather than correcting somebody else's point in the group discussion. And the SSB GD generally is very ruthless. So just make sure that you are giving your own points rather than cutting down somebody else's point. Because that is seen as a negative thing. Even though what you might be saying is correct. It is a group discussion, it is not a debate. So just keep those things in mind. Other than that, I think it was a pretty good discussion where a lot of people were speaking. So all in all, I think it is good. Anything that Govinath you would like to add?
Sir, what are your opinion regarding my story?
Uh, what's your name?
Kamesh, that undercover story.
Undercover. Could you like give the in brief? Can you tell your story?
That Ram is an undercover agent. Along with that, he's a professor in military college. He's currently working on a mission regarding a mafia lord having connections with terrorist organization, and he's waiting for his informer at the library while reading a book who can bring information regarding the gang. And using that information, he catches that that boss and provides enough time to the ministry to tackle the threat.
Kamesh. Your name is Kamesh, right?
Yes, sir.
Kamesh, how old are you?
Sir, I'm 18.
18. Yeah. Like you basically giving it for ND, right? Preparing for ND and all. Yeah.
It's TS Navy.
TS, yeah, TS and Navy BTech entry. Kamesh, don't make stories like these because these are stories which are very impractical. These are imaginative, wishful thinking. You think one person can take down an entire organization? No, right? Even if he can do it with the group, you don't know. We don't hear about undercover agents and all. We are not so well aware about these things. All we have done, all we know about them is through movies and through a little bit of research. So it is better to make story regarding something that you actually know. Like a student would be better, basically make simple stories. if you make such hi-fi stories, it comes in the category of wishful thinking. So I would suggest you to not make such kind of stories, especially
Okay.
about undercover agents and all these things, and like try to avoid it. And it's like it's not relating to the picture at all. How come the guy standing in library looks like a student reading a book? You know. So make sure that your story is somewhat practical.
Okay, sir. Sure, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Krishna, you always saves me from a long lecture. Whatever I wanted to tell you, you just saved me a lot of time. Thank you, bhai.
No, no worries, no worries, Gobinath. But is there anything you would like to add in particular about somebody or somebody's discussion? You can just add the points.
No, I just wanted to tell this about this story. I exactly wanted to discuss about this story, which is, as you said, impractical stories is not accepted. The story must
Yes.
be very simple, achievable. Even you can do it in a day-to-day life. A simple effort is enough to complete that task. So the lot of actions, what you do, from whom you get the help. So how did you achieve it? It's that's all you need to You know, write down a story, a proper story. Yes, Kamish.
Sir, can you throw some light on how can we write a story, sir, regarding this picture?
Okay. Gobinath, I'll take over here and I'll just
Please,
say
please,
in brief.
Krishna. Please.
Basically, what you need to write in a story. Okay, I'll just give everyone a brief as to how to write the story. Of course, it depends upon the story will depend upon you, but the structure I can tell you. So first thing is you are supposed to introduce your character. So you start off with the name, give your character a name. Okay, so name also depends. Let's say a person you see standing in a cemetery. There's a story, there's a picture. You will see a lot of time it comes. The person is standing in front of a graveyard. You cannot name that guy Ramesh. Okay, all right. Why can you not name that guy Ramesh? Because it's a Christian place. So you will name it according to the picture. In most cases, you can use normal names. Don't use hi-fi names in normal cases. Like you see a guy wearing a kurta, you're saying Robert is a rural guy. No, so like just name the character according to the picture. In general, you can use common names. You don't use you don't have to use big names also. So after you give your character the name, you have to describe about the character. Let's say you name the character Manoj. So you say Manoj, a 19-year-old engineer, or basically a 19-year-old final year student, something like this. Or maybe if you are, aiming for a older character, could be like 25 years, and then you have to specify the job, what the guy is doing. You can say bank manager, you can say civil servant, doctor, anything. That depends on the story. You have to choose the character according to the story. Suppose this is a story from library. So what can you think is a student? Most 90% of the people have perceived it as a student. So you will say Manoj, a 19-year-old engineering student who is pursuing this is this. ऐसा करके उसकी degree बता दी. Then you give a brief as to what has led to this situation. What has led to the situation means why is he standing in the library? है ना, ये इस पिक्चर के रिगार्ड में you will have to explain why is he searching through library, what is the need to come there. तो सब लोगों ने जैसे बैकग्राउंड दिया इसका, what was the background, that he was preparing for some exam, certain exam. So this is what has led to the situation. Now you have to write about 1 or 2 lines about this. आपने लिख दिया कि he is preparing for this exam, he is from a rural area, that is why he is in the library, not a rural area, I'm sorry, from a financially weak background, so he's going to the libraries to assist him with his studies. Or even if he's not from financially weak, you can just say to get some guidance book he goes to the library. Then comes what is happening in the present. He's preparing for this exam and he prepares hard, and then you add actions. He gave a lot of mock tests, he analyzes his mistakes, he corrects himself whenever he feels like, he takes guidance from the mentors, teachers, he takes help from friends. You have to add actions to it. Like actions mean add movement to your story. After that, you can give the final conclusion. Conclusion is what is going to happen in the future. So future ke bina your story is always incomplete. You cannot just leave that he's preparing. That is an incomplete story. You have to give the conclusion as well, that he scored these many marks, or he scored very well, or he cleared this exam, or he went on to become an officer, or anything. So as soon as you do the conclusion, that is the future. You have to write about 1 or 2 lines about the future, and the bulk part, the 3 to 4 lines, will be the present as to what he's doing currently. So now the structure is very simple to understand. First, you introduce the character, his name, age, job, whatever he's doing. Then you give 2 to 3 lines about the past, as what has led to this situation. 3 to 4 lines about what is currently going on. In this, you are going to add most of your actions, and then 1 or 2 lines briefly will tell what has happened in the future. This will make a complete story. I hope this clears every doubt of yours.
Yes, sir.
I hope it is clear enough.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
No worries. Gobinath, you tell me anything you want to add.
Why you aced it? Seriously.
Okay, okay,
Okay,
no worries, brother.
so that's it. So I wanted to just not these big things, but simple things. If you want to practice this narration part, I've seen some people who is struggling with the narration part, whom doesn't have a confidence in speaking in English. It's not an issue. You can overcome it very easily. Also, I've seen some people who hesitate to join the group discussion. See, if you go to SSB, you have to fight your own battles, not other won't give you support or anything. Everyone has to fight their own battles. In group
All right.
discussion, in group discussion, if the other guy won't beat you, then you are succeed. That much kind of pressured vibe is there. Also,
Yes.
just always keep confident. If you don't speak, if you are not confident in your language, which is English, then you can use your own language as well. But as soon as you gain the confidence, just uh, use English on the flow. Also keep the timings. Also, uh, you know write better stories. As I told and Krishna clearly mentioned, the story has to be simple and achievable, mainly achievable. See, if a spy or a policeman is transferred to a new place, he can't directly go and change the place, right? So he have to take some time, he have to speak to authorities, he needs some help. We are going to be a hero, but not alone. Seriously, in armed forces, everyone you know has to work with others. It's a group, it's a team, it's a family there. Not in movies. Only those things, hero can achieve the unbelievable things that happen only in the movies. That's all I can say. Also,
Sir, I want to ask how many times you have given SSB?
I haven't cleared it yet. I have given SSB n number of times. I'm not sure how many times I have given. uh, I think 4 to 5 times conference out.
Oh, so you have a lot of experience.
I just have experience, but I don't have a clear-cut vision about SSB. I just know this and there, here and there. That's it. If I
If
have
you
everything, then
know,
I would have
if
cleared it.
anybody, yeah, but still he's a hardcore repeater,
Yeah.
so you can ask him questions about it.
And
No worry.
Krishna sir, what about you? How many times you have given SSB?
Okay, I'll tell you briefly. I've given SSB 8 times, and I have got screened out only once. So basically, 7 conferences and 1 recommendation.
Oh, nice.
Still,
Yeah.
he is better than me. He's
No, no,
got
no, no, no,
recommended.
Gobinath. It's no, 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 no. It's not about being better or anything. It's nothing like that. It's just that on that day, on that one particular day, I was able to outshine, my previous performances. Nothing else. I don't think a recommendation is that big of a deal. To be honest, it's just your one day, in interview, you ace it or something like this. You clear that day. It's not a big thing. I believe most people can do it with, good enough practice and a little bit of luck on that particular day. So nothing big in that.
Thank you, sir.
Which entry it was, Krishna?
Brother, it is TGC, Technical Graduate Course.
So you are waiting for your merit list or what?
No, no. I am All India rank 13, 1-3 in my particular branch, but there are only um, 9 seats for the IMA. So most probably I'll be going to OTA.
Okay, I think so. Anyways,
Hmm.
all the very best.
So, sir, you are recommended.
Yes, he is recommended.
So, congratulations, sir.
Thank you, brother. Thank you.
So congratulations and all the best. I will see you in uniform soon.
Likewise, I hope to see you as well.
Yeah. Thank you, Krishna. Is there anyone want to say? I think it's time to
And
wind up the
yeah,
session.
any questions? Anybody? Anything? Okay. I think Vinat, you can wind up the session now, and thank you everyone for joining the session. And we hope that you will keep joining the sessions regularly.
Thank you very much, sir. Jai Hind, sir.
Thank you and congratulations,
Okay.
sir.
Thank you, brother. Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Thank
Thank you,
you, sir.
Krishna.
Thank you, sir.
Good night,
Thank you,
everyone.
Gopinath, sir.
Thank you,
Good night.
Gopinath. है ना?
Thank you, Krishna. Thank you, Pushpesh.
So, Jai Hind and Radhe Radhe to everybody.
Jai Hind, Kamesh. Good night.